G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 3 of the shipbuilding tutorial. Okay, so in the last episode we connected up these hydrogen tanks, we added some more hydrogen thrusters, we rearranged these jump drives, we put in some cargo, and then we made a start on the production. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to build a ramp to go from these jump drives here down to the floor, and then I may need to move these, and then what I want to do is I want to put in a large reactor somewhere. I also want to put in some assemblers, and if we have time I'd like to put in some gyroscopes, some batteries, some oxygen tanks, and then some O2H2 generators. But we'll see how we go for time, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing we need to do, well, the first thing I want to do is just figure out if I can actually put a ramp here. So what I want to try and do is use the same kind of stairs that I've used like throughout the rest of the build. But this time, because this walkway is black, I might actually make these black. So, alright, so let's place that there. Let's place that there. Alright, so yeah, it's not really good because I want to be able to get past here. So alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these refineries back. I'm just going to move them back one block, and then I think what I'll do is I'll move this back one block as well. So put another stair there. I think what I'd love to do as well is I'd like to have a door that goes under here and then a corridor, and then make these rooms full of like batteries and gyroscopes and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's get a refinery. Let's make it that color there. We'll turn off mirror mode. And then I kind of want them in the same position that they were before, but what did I say I wanted them? So I'm going to put them there. Let's see where. Okay, so let's put one there, and then one there. Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect these up with tubes. So the hydrogen tanks will act as conveyors for us. So that's one thing you can do to try and save yourself a bit of PCU and all that sort of stuff. Instead of using tubes, you can use, you know, like components like hydrogen tanks to transport components as well. As long as it has a large port, then it can transfer all sorts of stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to put some speed modules on here. Actually, I need to turn on mirror mode. Let's put these back in. So now we can walk past these, and yeah, we can walk past this to get up this stairway as well. Cool. Alright, so now what I need to do is fit in some assemblers, and I need to fit in a reactor. So let's try and fit in the reactor first because it's the biggest thing. Which way do think I want it this way, but I don't know if I want it just hanging off the roof. Alright, so I'm going to go into spectator mode. Just have a look at what's above this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want to put it there, like right under my cockpit. That's probably not the best idea. Okay, so I might just space it out by one block, just so it's spaced out a little bit, and then let's put it down. How am I going to connect this thing up? I could go from there on one side, but I kind of want to go at it from both sides, so it's got a little bit of redundancy. So, and I kind of want to give it another support as well. So what I might do is, let's try this. Okay, so let's get some conveyors. Let's put them there like that. And then let's try and put some blocks that come up here like an arm that just hold it in place. Let's put another block here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. In fact, what I'm going to quickly do as well, I want to do this here too, to try and break up these stairs a little bit. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh, yeah, and another thing I wanted to do was not crouch, and I want to add a second door in here because, you know, I mean, technically this is an airlock and it's supposed to seal off from the bottom section. So anyway, let's continue on with this. Okay, so don't know if that looks really good. So we could do, well, let's connect these up first. Yeah, it doesn't look half bad. I'll clean this up. I'll just put in some 2x1 tips. Some of these. I like the way this battered armor, when you use these 2x1 blocks, they don't have that this ugly grey line like you've got here. It's just nice, clean, smooth. So I like to use them wherever I can. I think it just makes everything look a little bit neater. Alright, so what I'll do love 2x1s. Cool. I think that looks pretty good. And then, just like this staircase here, I think what I'll do is I'll put some blocks here that go up to the jump drives, and then what that will let me do is put some doors here. So I'll make these this color. Then what I'll do, oh actually, I'll make them battered armor. Let's put one of those in there. One of those there. And I'm just gonna seal this off. So I want to make these into 2 rooms, like I said before. How many blocks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a shame that's an even number. I always like odd numbers because then you can take a block out in the middle and put like a door there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it there. Yep, that'll do. Get rid of that. We don't really need that anymore. Oh, cool. So now we got some rooms happening. I'll put another door in here. So later on I'll come along and I'll probably end up putting in, sensors and that to make all this automatic. But for now, I'll just leave it like that. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Okay. Before I get too far, let's finish off this. Okay, so let's put in some assemblers. Do that, I think I'll only be able to put in probably about 1 module. Alright, so I can't put them there. I could put them there, but I could put them here. In fact, I think that's where I will put them. So I'm going to turn off mirror mode again because, and then let's just see how this one's orientated. I think that's perfect. Let's spin this one around. I'll put it there, like that. And then I can fit 1 module there, 1 module there, and another one there. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, with my assemblers, I always just like putting on speed modules. I don't really think anything else is that useful, to be honest. I mean, I guess it is, but I'm just going to put enough batteries on this thing where it doesn't really matter. So, alright, so now we can walk under these assemblers. And then I can also access the port there, and I can access it here. Alright, that's pretty good. So I think 2 assemblers should be enough. I guess you could add more if you wanted to, but yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that for now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this stuff, and as I said before, I want to add a second door here, so it's like a double door airlock. I really would like it if, although one thing I'm not really happy with is how close this stair is to this door, and kind of looks flat and boring, so but if I've kind of thought about this, if I go ahead and put a door here like this, then I've got this little gap here. So, but the problem is because it's a 1 block gap, I can't put like a window here or anything like that to seal this part. So basically, so that means I would need to move these stairs back 1 block, which I guess I could do, but then I lose another block space here because I have to move this forward. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone for now. I'm just going to put in a second door here, and we'll just leave it how it is and just see how we go with that. We could change the outside and move this door 1 block further outwards and just, work with that, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's turn on our torch so we can actually see what we are doing. Let's make these doors this colour. Okay, so I need to get rid of this. I might make this side the same as this, so I'm just gonna come around here and let's try like this. Okay, now let's extend this. Perfect. Just alright, so let's put the window back in. Might go for a bit of a different window this time. really hope that seals. Oh, in fact, what I might do is instead of doing it on that side, oh no, I have to do it on that side. Alright, and then I'll just put a flat window in. Inverted. Cool. Alright, so now I have two doors and we have a lovely view of the engineering section. It's all airtight. So, alright, now what I want to do next I think that looks pretty good. And alright, one other thing I wanted to do as well was I noticed that this airlock was a little bit janky because obviously, yeah, there's a bit of an issue here. So alright, let's fix that. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these stairs so they exit to about here. So yeah, we'll have access to these stairs. We'll just have like a little platform here. And I'll just seal up this entire area and make that like one gigantic airlock. Alright, so let's start doing that. So let's make these the same color. In fact, for this, what? Let's see what these sci-fi interior walls look like. So I'll just put them along here. So the staircase is like 2 blocks long, so try it there. And put the stairs there. But I might actually make them this color here. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Very nice. Okay, let's go put a door in. Make it this color. Get rid of the. Actually, I think I might make the conveyor black or camo. Awesome. I think we might have an issue with this though. Yeah, if I put an air vent here, I'm not actually going to be able to walk under it. So I need to get rid of this door. That should be enough space. actually right on the edge of the jump drive anyway, so that kind of makes sense to do that. Let's put in another set of stairs. And actually what I'm going to do is put the door right here. So let's use some interior blocks. Let's use some Sci-Fi interior blocks. I don't want a cargo container, I want a conveyor tube. Let's make that this color. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take that out. Yeah, I'll get rid of this one. I'll put another conveyor here. Good old OCD. Right, let's put an air vent in. Cool. So it says that we have a seal, which I mean, you know, it should. And actually, what I could do, so this would be a perfect example of like utilizing space effectively in a ship, I guess. So you see how I've got these tubes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete them. Right? And you remember how I said before that hydrogen tanks could transport components through them, you know, like steel plates, just anything that you need can be transported through oxygen tanks and hydrogen tanks, basically anything with a port of this size. So let's just go ahead and actually replace all these conveyor tubes with oxygen tanks. Yeah, of course. There's always one block missing. So how many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, alright, I think I might just put a conveyor tube here. Let's make it this colour. And then what I might do, just to neaten it up a little bit, is just put an upside down steel plate here. So then it kind of hides the I think that looks pretty good. And then I can just put a light here or something. And we have O2. So this section is all sealed up as well. Alright, well, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out so far. Alright, so in actual fact, what I want to do is I'm going to move these jump drives yet again. So let's do this. So what I want to do, right, is I want to change the orientation of them again, obviously, but the reason why I do is because I want that side there facing that way, if you know what I mean, instead of this side that's displaying on the top facing that way. So I'm going to put them like this. Awesome. So we'll wait for them to charge up again. Not that it really matters because we're in creative mode. Okay, so I think it's time to put some gyroscopes in this bad boy. So ships of this size that I've built before, I've probably put in around about 36 to 50 gyroscopes. So I'm not sure how many we can fit in here, but actually one place I think I want to put some more gyroscopes, so we'll just clear these things out. And in case you're wondering what gyroscopes do, if you're new to space engineers, basically they help you turn your ship, and the more you have, the better your ship moves around. So let's put a whole bunch up here. It's really annoying how they do that. So I'll put it like that. In fact, I might put them like that, so the control panel is facing inwards, both sides. Yeah, like that. Just get rid of that. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. Makes it look a little bit more interesting. So how many have I got now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So I need a fair bit more than that, but I might put in another 2 here. Seal that up. So let's just go into the bridge. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move the ship around a bit. Just test if it is actually any decent. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Right, so it needs some work, that's for sure. I'm going to seal us back in. Then I know if I spring a leak. Well, let's go chuck some more gyroscopes down below, and we'll see how the ship handles after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some gyroscopes probably along this wall here, So let's do that. It's really annoying how they do that. Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's another 16 gyroscopes on top of the, I believe it was 16 that I had already. Yeah, it was 16 there, so gives us 32 gyroscopes. So I kind of want a few more, but not too many more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in probably another 2 on each side, which is like another 4. So we'll chuck them there like that. And so let's just go back up to the cockpit. And I'm going to test how the ship handles now. It should handle a lot better than it did before. Yeah, that's heaps better. Much, much better. Let's wait for the ship to stop again. Okay. Yeah, so that is much better. It could probably be a little bit better though, if I'm being honest. So I might actually fill that back wall down below with more gyroscopes. So maybe I can put in another where are they? There they are. In fact, I might put them closer to the door. Awesome. That doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So I think that should be enough gyroscopes for the time being. Okay, so next we need to do O2 and H2 generators, and we need to sort out some batteries. Now, one thing I kind of noticed was when I was counting out these jump drives, I actually never intended to put 16 jump drives in here. I only ever intended to put 8. But for some reason it just didn't click with me that I'd put 8 on either side of this ship. So this ship is actually quite a bit wider than what the Atlas was, because in the same spot on the Atlas I could only ever fit 4 jump drives, like 2 that way and then another 2 up there, but you know, obviously butted up against each other. So the issue that I'm running into now is that all of these jump drives together draw more power than what this large reactor can put out, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. So what I could do is I could put in a second large reactor somewhere in the ship. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to delete these 2 jump drives here on either side, so we're going to get rid of at least 4. Then I'm going to move these jump drives over that way, and then what that will do is it will give me another block there and another block there, and then in this line down here I'm going to run some O2 H2 generators, and then I'm just going to pipe them up using the pipes below. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just take these out. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of all of these. And let's place them back in again. I've lost count at how many times I've rearranged these jump drives, but this is one of the things I wanted to show you with shipbuilding. It's not, a lot of it is rearranging things and finding new locations for things to go because they don't fit where you want them to and all that sort of stuff. So, and this is definitely a perfect example of that. So what I plan to do is put the O2 H2 generators here, and then we can run a pipe from these cargo containers down here, and it will connect up to the bottom of the O2H2 generators. Okay, so how many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5. Okay, so that's roughly what I want. I wanted about 10 O2H2 generators. So let's find them. So what I need to do is I need to place them like this so that the conveyors all join up. Now I don't know which way I want them to go. I might put them this way. But of course, the only problem with doing it like that in mirror mode is that it orientates these ones the opposite way. So I want these all to be the same. Cool, so I think that works out quite well. Now the only issue is that by doing that, we've actually kind of broken the airlock that we made before. So what I need to do is I need to seal that up again. So I might use some Sci-Fi internal walls for this. So let's see if we can come up with some interesting shapes like that. Now I've got to go do the same on the other side because I don't have mirror mode enabled. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put that one there. Spin it around, put it like that. Now how did I do this block? Oh yeah, I put it like that. So I'm going to put one block there, like that. And I cannot remember how I orientated this block. Oh yeah, like that. Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this block the same. Awesome. Nice and symmetrical. Now we only have 12 jump drives in the whole ship, but that should be a lot. I think in my last ship with 12 jump drives and the ship weighing 3 million kilos, with my last ship and it weighing 3 million kilos and having 8 jump drives, it was able to jump around about 5,500 kilometers when the ship was unloaded. So I think having an additional 4 will help us out when this ship is loaded with cargo. It will still allow us to have quite a large jump range, but until it's actually full with cargo, then I think we have a lot more jump range than what we actually need. So yeah. Okay, now as I said before, this large reactor, it only puts out 300 megawatts, and if we add all these jump drives together, we're going to be drawing 384 megawatts when all 12 of these jump drives are recharging. So what I need to do is I need to make sure I have enough battery power for all of these jump drives, because this reactor isn't going to cut it. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've worked out roughly how much power the entire ship is going to draw, and basically that is going to be 528 megawatts. So if I want to power this ship by battery power alone, then I'm going to need to put in around about 44 batteries, which is easily double what I put in the last ship. So let's just see roughly where I can put them. So 44 batteries is a lot of batteries to put around the ship, so I'm just going to put them in some quite random locations. So I think what I'm going to do is just remove these walls, and I might put some batteries here. So again, as I said before, we need to have about 44 batteries. forgot I did not have mirror mode turned on again. So let's go ahead and turn that on. So there's 8 batteries. Alright, now we need to find somewhere else where we can put some more. So I think another place I could put some batteries is here. So let's just clear out some of these blocks. Oh no, deleted the catwalk. Let's get rid of that. Oh, this is gonna troll me a bit, I think. Cool. So let's go ahead and put in some more batteries. So, wish these boots would work better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have another 12 batteries. So that means we need to find room for another 24 somewhere on the ship. Let's go ahead and place these catwalks back that I accidentally deleted. Let's actually select the correct catwalk. And my magnetic boots are deciding that they want to work right now. Alright, so let's find somewhere else to put some more batteries. I think another place I want to add some is just here. Make them this color again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's another 10. So we need another 14 batteries. Alright, so where else can I put some more? Do you know why my lights aren't working? Oh, now they decide they want to work. I suppose I could put some more here, but I kind of want to leave this just a regular old hallway. I don't really want to put any batteries there, so I think what I might do is I might just put them along here. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much where you put them, just as long as you have them. Sometimes I get a bit pedantic about where I want to locate my stuff. So, in fact, let's get rid of that block. Let's put that there. And then let's put another battery there, I think. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need one more battery. Cool. Alright. So, now we actually have enough batteries to power absolutely everything on the ship. And basically what that includes is... Close, please. Door. What that includes is... it includes these refineries. It includes the assemblers. It includes the jump drives. It includes the O2H2 generators. And it also includes the ion thrusters, because each one of these large ion thrusters at the back is capable of pulling 33.6 megawatts of power. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and check the weight of the ship. Now before I put all those batteries in, I actually went and sat in the cockpit and determined how heavy this ship really was before I did that. And yeah, so now you can see that the ship, before it was 3.2 million kilos and now it's 3.39 million kilos. So we've gained about 200,000 kilos worth of weight just by putting in those batteries. So, but I think the performance is still quite good on the ship. It still goes forward and backwards pretty quickly. And in fact, I am going to change up this front end, so 2 of those large ion thrusters are going to be gone. So yeah, I'll show you that a little bit later. I'm not sure if we'll have time for that in this episode, but yeah, I'll certainly try. Okay, so now that we have our power situation sorted out, I think what we can go ahead and do is start fleshing out this area here. So what this is going to be is my CIC. So let's go ahead and put something in there. So I'm going to change this up a little bit as well, because I don't really like the way that these steel plates look. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my decorative blocks. And these aren't totally necessary, this is purely aesthetic, so you don't really need to do this stuff. So let's just see how they're orientated. Is that the right way? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is so hard to read those numbers. Yeah, I think that's the correct orientation. So we put those there like that, and I think that looks heaps better. Makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then what I think we will do is I think we will put in some Sci-Fi interior walls. I'll turn mirror mode off. I'll place one there like that. Place another one like that. Maybe I'll have to place it like that, so that these at the end all match up. So that gives us a nice little walkway there. And then what I also need to do is put in some railing here so that we don't fall down the stairs. So let's get ourselves some railing. The only problem is I can't put railing in this block here because it's been occupied by this steel catwalk. So I need to kind of put it, so one thing you can do is you can kind of sneakily put blocks here like this. So let's go and chuck it there like that. We'll do the same with that one. We'll do the same with that. So now we can actually put some catwalks there, and they may look a little bit weird because they don't really line up, but they will do the job. So let's go and do the same for the other side. Put in some more. Cool. That looks pretty good. I really need to sort out the lighting situation in this. Right, so what I also want to do is I want to extend this out a little bit more, just platform, so to speak. So let's make sure these are the same way around. What did I just delete? I think it was an interior light. Was it? I'm sure I will find out soon enough what I deleted. That's okay. Now instead of it, so if I put the blocks up against here like this, I can't really do anything with that. So what I might do instead, I might get rid of this line of blocks here. And then we will put some curves. I think that looks a little bit better. In fact, maybe it would look a little bit better if I went at 2 by 1, but I think that will do us for now. And then what I kind of wanted to do was put a window here, but to be honest, there's not really much to be seen. So I might just end up making this a wall. So yeah, let's just do that. So just fill this in with some interior blocks. and we will put some more catwalks in here. Another catwalk there, like that. Awesome. So that doesn't look too bad. Now I need to kind of figure out where I'm going to put my secondary cockpit. So I'm going to place one probably here, I would say. Yeah, I'll place one there. And I'm unsure if I should put a door here. Do that though, if I put a door there, then I need to get oxygen into this compartment here. I need to pull it from somewhere else, so that would need to come from one of these, which would have to come from a conveyor, which would occupy this block here, which would then stop me from putting something there. So I think I'll leave this area here unsealed. Let's go ahead and put our steel catwalks back. Really need to select the correct blocks. Awesome, so I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so I think what I want to do next is grab some of these large control seats. Now, what I wanted to kind of do, like I did with the Atlas, was try and make this like a separate compartment, but with only having one block space, I just don't think I'm going to really have the room to do that. So I'm going to place 2 seats there, and another 2 there, and then in the center here, going to grab a console block and I'm going to place it there. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change all of these blocks here to something different, because this is very, very boring. And then what I'm going to do as well, because this is a secondary command center, is I'm actually going to place a blueprint of the ship here. Just so it's like a kind of a pseudo damage report system, I guess. In fact, what I might do to dress this area up a little bit is I might try and put in one of those hallways. There it is, a passage. That is frustrating. Alright, so let's put in a passage. Took me a very, very long time to find. Probably an embarrassing amount of time to find, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. In fact, I might put another hallway here. Can I please delete this railing? Please, oh my goodness, game. Seriously. Now what was there before? An interior block. Sometimes it is really hard to delete a single block. Let's put in another passage here. I do believe that looks much better. That's pretty cool. I haven't used these passages much in my builds, but I'm actually pretty glad I'm using them now because it looks quite cool. Now could we put something there? Like maybe one of these blocks? Or is that, nah, that's way too big. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, cool. So, we've done that, and now what I think I will do as well is, because I've just noticed, well, I haven't just noticed, but I noticed before, we don't actually have any air coming into this particular room, so I'm just going to chuck an air vent here. So basically this air vent will fill this area down here, this CIC control room, and this stairwell, and possibly the bridge with air. So what I want to do is I actually want to create a conveyor that goes up through the floor there. So in fact, let's just quickly go ahead and see if we can do that. So my plan was to put a conveyor where just above this cargo container that comes up through this floor, and then we have a conveyor here that then feeds into that then feeds into a air vent. But because of the location of that, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it. And if we are going to do it, it's going to have to be from maybe here somewhere. One of these conveyor ports that are underneath the floor there. But again, I'm then going to have to run a tube through the floor, which is going to block our access to walk past here. So I may just leave this stairwell with no doors, so that this air vent here will fill up the CIC, but it will also fill up the bridge as well. It's not really the ideal thing that I wanted to do with this ship, but sometimes I think you need to make a few compromises. So alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll just quickly go and modify all these displays. Okay, so now I've finished rearranging all of these screens. So basically I'll just show you quickly how to do that. So you enter into the cockpit or the control chair, go into the K menu, and then down here you can see, where are we? So content, text and images. So you can either put a script here or you can put text and images. So I've selected text and images. A script can be things like artificial horizon, the time, fuel usage, that sort of thing. So, but what I always like to do is just create graphs out of this. So with this particular seat, I've got graph 3 selected. Now normally what I would do with these as well is you can actually program what different seats within the ship can control. So if you have a look here, what I can do is I can turn off the control thrusters. So if I just exit into this view, so if I press forward, it's like the ship is orientated this way. So I can actually control the thrusters, I can control the gyroscopes and all that sort of stuff using this control chair. But I don't really want that to be able to happen. So what I'm going to do is let's go back into the first person view. Let's turn off thrusters, let's turn off gyros, inertial dampeners, yeah, I'll turn that off too. And we definitely don't want to have that selected. So the main cockpit will definitely be the one up the top in the bridge, the main captain's chair. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this off for all of these. Control gyros, control that. Control stations 2, turn that off, control station, turn that off and turn that off. And now, when I move the mouse around, I can't actually control the ship. And then, even though the thrusters are firing, I still can't actually control the ship. Alright, cool. So I think that looks really good. Also what I've done is I've changed this large screen here. So again, you go into the console block and you can select what each LCD panel will actually display. So for the large display, I've gone ahead and selected text and images under content, and then I've selected the badge. You can create whatever you want here really, and again, as I said, what I'm going to do is put a blueprint of our lovely ship here, and yeah, it's going to act as like a kind of a pseudo damage report room. Another thing I forgot about was, well, when I was testing and setting up those screens, is these railings actually came loose and weren't actually attached to anything. So what I need to do is I actually need to move them here and place them here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, because it actually fell off and started rattling around the ship. So yeah, that's all fixed up nicely now. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be it for this video. In the next video I think I'm going to mess around with the front of the ship. What I want to do is I want to make kind of a observation deck. I was playing around with the ship a little bit before, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to fit a hangar in here, and I'll just show you why. So if I want to put a hangar in the front of the ship, it's only going to be basically 2 blocks deep, and if I just bring one of my smallest mining ships out, so if we go the Atom 5, so I'll just spawn this, but as you can see there's not really that much space for it, and even if there was enough space to get it through this part here, I'll just enter my spectator camera and we'll just come through the front of the ship, turn our lights on, and you can see even if I could get a ship in here, there's just really not much room to put it. So I think I'm going to do something a little bit different on this design. I'm going to create sort of an observation deck. I'm going to get rid of these large thrusters and put in some small thrusters, and yeah, so I think, and then I think also I'll finish off the bridge, and then I'll just start going around the ship and tidying up some things, maybe start on some aesthetics. We need to put some weapons onto the ship as well. I want to kind of go with the same theme of my other ships, where we have armor blocks sort of coming over here on the sides, and I kind of want to surround this area here in armor as well. So yeah, expect all those things in the next episode. So thanks very much for watching guys. I hope to see you in the next episode, and please consider liking and subscribing in the video. Thanks very much for watching.